All right, this is the Psychotic Strength Podcast. This is Tyler Toby Townsend.
My name's Cody Keto.
Cody Keto.
Yeah.
I do like the name. I was wondering if it was like a catchphrase, because you do keto.
I get a lot of people that ask me if I actually shoot photos for just people on a keto diet, but I always have to explain that's my last name. So.
Well, you actually did a shoot for one of my friends, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Kaylee.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She actually sponsored and was at this last event.
Keeks Treats.
Yeah. She did a big event. She did the sweetest lifter.
Oh, sick.
It's just like a box full of shit for this. He ended up, the sweetest lifter was a teen.
Oh,
his
sick.
name was Aspen.
Sick.
And he fucking murdered his category.
She makes some good stuff, too.
Good shit, yeah. and some of it's good for you.
And she's just a nice human.
She's really cool.
Yeah, for me, that's always a win, is when I work with people that are just genuine people. So
I met her, I want to say, almost 10 fucking years ago.
Okay.
Her and do you remember her with Tony Montgomery?
I don't think I ever met Tony.
They were dating, and they were going to Golden Age Iron.
Okay.
It was Ian Breen's. I helped set this whole gym up and everything. They turned out to be a tool, chasing clout and shit.
Nice.
You know, you get some big, big following people that come in, and he didn't give a fuck about anybody else.
Yeah, they want free shit.
Yeah. All right, so we'll do the gym update. Man, gym update's going pretty well for me. I'm getting ready for Ugly Sweater, which is December 14th, I believe. That's going to be down in Albany. I don't know if you've seen the hammer.
I saw your clip on, I think it was Instagram.
I brought that shit to the gym this morning.
How heavy was that?
The one I have is 100 pounds.
Okay, so not...
We have a 170 pounder, and then we're making a smaller one, because this 100 pounder, some of these ladies, they're just not getting it up.
It's awkward.
You know,
Awkward.
it's big and heavy, and it is very awkward. Mm-hmm. So we're making one about 75 pounds.
Sick.
So, because I really want to just be like, I need exposure, right?
Yeah.
So the more people with this fucking hammer in the air, the better.
Yeah.
Because who's not going to put that as their profile picture?
No, everybody.
They're all going to fucking do it, you know? So that's where we're at with it. We did that. I did the axle clean and press, man. It fucking sucked. Do you know what that is?
I've seen quite a bit of stuff. I'm sure I've seen something.
So it's that axle bar, big old thick fucking bar, and they put it up usually on their stomach first, flip their hands around, and then get it up there. Well, I said, fuck that. I've been working my grip like crazy, so I am clean and pressing an axle bar to my chest. Ugh. So I'm just going and flipping, getting underneath it. I got 265 up.
Ooh.
Well, the flip, I got that. I can probably press around 350-ish.
Yeah,
the
but
hard part's getting it up there. Yeah. So I tried what's called a zercher.
Yep.
Right? So people are scooping underneath it and then just rolling it over their fucking biceps onto their chest. Yep. Well, it worked, and now I'm sitting here, I can't get my fucking hands on it because I don't have shoulder mobility.
Yep, the mobility.
So I got one hand, and then it just started turning. I was like, fuck this, and I threw it. But, so we worked pretty good on that one. Justin Genter was in the gym today, Justin Bates, and Joshua Bates. A couple guys. Justin's been a friend of mine for a long time, both of them. But Justin Bates, his brother came all the way from Spokane to try this hammer.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I was excited.
See, that's more exposure, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The hammer's fucking cool. I'm going to plug in the guy who built it. It was Strong Dad Apparel.
Do the casts and stuff?
He's the one who made, or he had somebody make these fucking hammers. And he's really trying to push the brand. He got pretty upset I didn't shout him out when I talked about it last time, so I'm doing it now. Yeah, but he just went up and talked to Lucas Hayden up at Dungeon Fitness.
That sounds familiar.
I guess he did a little bit of a promo video on it. It was pretty cool. So, gym update. How's your gym?
Good, man, good. So, actually, I was going to say, in regards to some of the strongman, Jasper Haney.
Oh, I fucking love Jasper.
I love Jasper, dude.
Yeah.
So, I see him doing all of those.
Yeah.
All the time, and that guy is
he's coming to Ugly Sweater.
Nutty, dude.
Yeah he is a monster. He won Ugly Sweater Pro class last year.
He is nutty.
Yeah, some of the stuff that we're doing, and my body's ready to break doing these things, and he just picks it up and fucking does it.
His updates on his gym stuff, 750-pound squats for 3, and I'm like, dude,
he's a monster.
He's a monster, dude. Yeah. So for gym for me though is good. So I'm currently bodybuilding.
Okay.
Taking it seriously probably for the last 3 to 4 years, which is a good change for me. take it back a little bit. I was really severely overweight as a kid.
Okay.
Grew up, got injured, ended up losing like 120 pounds.
Wow.
Which was, hindsight, great.
Yeah.
But also, I went from really unhealthy to really unhealthy on both ends of the spectrum. So,
how'd you feel about the skin?
Not good. Still battling it,
dude. So
for me, next year would be what I'm aiming for a bodybuilding show. Don't know one yet. Hoping mid-year, maybe late year. But that's the current problem I'm dealing with is the
skin. Yeah.
Time. Obviously, it just takes time. You can do all sorts of stuff to help, but
I believe it's like 7 years it takes. For
it's something crazy. Yeah. So like for me, it's just trying to get my body to respond. I just turned 40 this year, so like
you're 40.
I'm 40, dude. Yeah,
you look like a 30-year-old.
Yeah, so like for me, this whole bodybuilding experience is like, and the tattoos help, of course. But reverse aging, so it's good. It's good. But yeah, so next year I'm hoping for a show, and worst case scenario, I take one more year. It's not going to be the end of the world, but battling the time and obviously the age thing. So yeah.
So, I mean, I got to say, bodybuilding is probably, I would say, okay, this is my opinion, right?
Yeah, go for it.
In the gym, I would say it's easier.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And the reason I'm saying that is because you're looking for reps, you're looking for pump, you're looking for just really shoving as much oxygen and blood and all these muscles as you can. But, like, everything else is fucking 100 times harder. I can eat all of it.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to eat as much as I can, right? Where you guys got to like micros, macros, like all your shit has to be in line. Like you got to stay shredded.
So I do eat a lot, but it's more of the, eating with a purpose as opposed to just eating for calories. So it's, the same stuff all the time. And, so it does get monotonous and boring, but I'm a robot and I don't care anymore in terms about food and all that stuff.
Who's that fucking guy? I think it was like Jay Cutler.
Yep.
And he's like, he's like, well, what? You don't want fried chicken? He's like, I've never had it. He's like, I don't want to have it because then I'll like it.
Yep.
He's like, I just eat my shit like I'm supposed to. He's like, I haven't had good food. He's like, I just fucking eat for purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really all it is. So for me, it's like I did all of my fun eating. Even my friends hate it. They're like, let's go out and eat. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And as you get older, you kind of become a little more reclusive in terms of being like, well, I want to be at home, but so yes, I would agree with you in terms of like all the other stuff, powerlifting, strongman, definitely harder. Bodybuilding is obviously, I always tell people it's like, these are my show muscles. I have nothing, I can lift, but I'm not there to.
What are your lifts? What like best ever?
So a lot of the stuff I do now, I don't do a lot of like regular bench,
Okay.
just because I have a mobility issue with my wrist.
Okay.
So I use dumbbells because I can kind of give myself a little bit more flexibility in terms of like where I place them.
Right.
About 125, 130 per arm on incline bench, and then
130 like per dumbbell.
Per dumbbell.
Damn.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely up there, but it's also a little scary. It's like one of those things. It's like some of these powerlifters I see get 1,000 pounds under us, on top of them for a squat, and I'm just like, I mean, just the sheer thought of getting under 1,000 pounds, 100% wouldn't even try it. So, it's definitely up there, but it's definitely not that.
Yeah, I'm definitely the opposite on there. I want it bad. I want 1,000 pounds of something like deadlift, squat, something, dude.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I did. So my lifts are at like, it depends on how you look at it, right? Because strongman, they're always fucking with your shit.
Yeah.
So like traditional, conventional deadlift, I'm at 760,
dude,
which is my specialty. So I go to a lot of these shows, like nationals. I went to nationals, zeroed 3 out of the 4 events, or 3 out of the 5 events.
But still got your lifts.
Got a little bit on the yoke, and then, but I took 3rd out of like 26 in the deadlift. So
dude, that's like, gnarly, man.
Yeah, it's insane. And it was in fucking Denver. I couldn't breathe. Like it was I'm like, you guys are fucking with me. This air is not going to be that big of a deal. I do my first one. I could have got 6 on that deadlift, then I got 3. I got 3 because I can't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
So it was Yeah, deadlift's not. I love deadlift.
I see. That's the one thing I can't do. I can't deadlift. My because of my height,
Okay.
it's a lot further down.
Yeah, it is.
So for me, it's like unless I put it on a rack or do some sort of rack pull.
Like
for
maybe
me,
wagon wheels?
yeah, it just has to be a little bit higher for me because it's like as soon as I get to that certain point where my back is being hinged more than my hips, I end up tweaking my back like guaranteed every time. So last 3 to 5 years, I've been doing a lot of strength training in terms of like, trying to strengthen my core, my lower back,
I was going to say core.
Yeah, it's definitely core. It's a core issue for sure, but it's like my femurs are so long that it's like
Yeah, I bet.
it's the worst, man. My trainer is the exact opposite. His torso is longer than his femurs.
Oh, jeez.
And so like we're same height, but we're just flipped in terms of that. So he has a little bit easier time deadlifting than I do because it's a little bit lower to the ground for his arm path. But yeah, for me it's not. He tries to get me to deadlift, and I'm like, I don't want to be in pain for the next 3 weeks. So.
It is so strange. I've been coaching people for a while too, right? And everybody's like, well, I was told you do it like this. You're always supposed to do it like this. I'm like, let's see what you can do, right? Yeah. Like everybody's squat stance is different, deadlift, everything, man. It's based on not just like how your body's built, but like what have you been doing your whole life?
Yeah.
Like have you been turning left 90% of the time for your
whole
whole life?
Career? Like
exactly. What do you do for a living?
Yeah. So for me, shooting photos, like my right side is so fatigued because I'm holding all of my gear on my right side.
That's
nuts. So I go to the chiropractor and he's like, "Yeah, you've been shooting a lot lately." He's like, "I can tell, because I get fatigued." So it's like, you're right. All of it's inclusive in there. Life. You have kids, everything. You know what I mean? So it's like it's definitely funny, and it's not even just deadlifts and squats. It's like any lift,
anything. Yeah.
Shoulder mobility, like we talked about earlier. Like, dude, everything. So,
I don't know what I did. I have nerve damage in this shoulder, in my left shoulder, and so I don't know what the fuck to do because it moves completely, but I am constantly in just it feels like somebody's stabbing me in the shoulder at all times. It just depends on if somebody's twisting it or not. And I'm like, fuck. I did that overhead press today, and it's just pushing through pain. That's all it is, man.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks too because as you get older, it just gets worse. So you find these little hiccups that destroy certain things. Well, don't.
I'm
Just
34 now.
Just live in the moment. Yeah, dude, you still got plenty of time, man.
Yeah, I given myself until 40.
Yeah.
I'm giving myself 2 more years to go pro, because running these shows is fucking 100 times funner than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a goddamn good job. So if I don't get my pro card in 2 years, I'm kind of just gonna pull back a little. I still want to train. I still want to train others as well and do that other shit, but I think I'd focus more on that.
Have you looked at any extra like aminos or anything like that you could?
So I'm not very smart, right?
So I would say dive down that path.
Yeah.
Because it'd be one of those things that might just need a little kick in the butt.
Yeah.
Because if you're continually lifting, and you're fatiguing it and things are kind of feeling a little discombobulated, like giving it extra help might be worth.
Well, and there's a whole bunch of like, I am going pro and like all this other shit, so I'm definitely on a lot. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So like, that definitely could be it because it really didn't start until like this last one started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's definitely that could definitely be an issue, but I'm not gonna know till I'm not stopping. I can't. I'm like so close right now.
It's like having tendonitis.
Yeah.
It's like the only cure for tendonitis is to move it, but guess what? They're like, you need to rest.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
I can't do that.
No, you're like, sorry, that's not happening.
Yeah. It's the same thing with everything. They're just like, you need to stop lifting heavy. I'm like, you need to shut up.
Just give me something for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Make this easier.
My coach is big on BP50.
BP50.
Look into that.
Okay.
It's for ligament and tendon.
BP50. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah, and if you need more info, just message me.
I'll let you know. Yeah, because I'm just, that's the thing too. I coach all these people, right? And there's some people who come in that are smart, and they're like, oh, you're scapulatorius, like, blah, 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 like all this shit. And I'm like, I don't know, the fucking, this one, dude, you
Just-
know, like
just
that muscle.
adjustment.
Right there, yeah. Like, just, like, I need you to turn your shoulders this way and do like that. And they're like, well, why? Like, what is that hitting? I'm like, it's the right way to do, just do it.
Just do it.
I don't know the muscle names, the tendon names, and bone name. I don't know all that shit.
Well, that's the difference, though, the experience versus,
Yeah.
you've been doing it long enough that you kind of just know.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay. You're a photographer, man.
Full time.
Full time.
Full
That
time.
is in itself impressive.
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting. So I've been shooting for 20 years.
Damn.
I've been shooting since I was about 19-ish, 20-ish.
Okay.
It really kind of kicked into gear when I had my kid at 23. I was like, yeah, I'll take photos of her. So we picked up a camera, and
Nice.
then it just kind of grew from there. But yeah, I've been around a long time. Not full time since then, but
How long have you been full time?
full time since 2017.
That was a long time.
Yeah, so I'm doing
You
okay.
should be proud of that, man.
I'm very lucky. My other half, makes
Yeah.
a good income, so I don't have to stress. But it's also, it's also nice because then it gives me creative freedom to kind of do the things I want to do, which definitely helps. So
I was just talking to my chick the other day. I think it was yesterday even, and I'm like her mom is saying something about she's got to get ready and she's got to go to bed because she's got work in the morning. And I'm like, I don't even get it, dude. Like, I couldn't work for somebody else ever again.
no,
There's no way. Like, I get that I'm always working. I'm always on. My phone's always on. I got to answer. I need clients, right? But at the same time, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do all day.
I've told my other half a million times. I'm like, there's no way
Yeah.
I could be employed by anybody again.
I would be a horrible...
I'd get fired. I'd get fired so quick.
I am always late. Always late.
Dude, I wouldn't be able to like tell me what to do. Like, and it's
Yeah.
like, then they get aggressive, and I'd just be like, yeah, I'm just not with that. So,
Yeah.
And then obviously, face tattoos don't really.
Nowadays,
they
it's
really
okay.
don't say I'm too employable.
Well, I don't know. If you're cooking, you'll be all right.
Right? Yeah, cooking or working at like a Guitar Center or something.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so full time. Yeah, full time has been good.
That's
It's
awesome.
been good. I shoot mainly just people. It's the easiest way to explain it. I don't
Okay.
really limit myself. I kind of shoot anything I can.
Okay.
Whether it be a lot of bodybuilders, portrait setups, headshots, real estate photography.
You do real estate photography?
Yeah, dude.
What?
Yeah, funny, right?
I just didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of it.
Okay.
Because it's not really my main, I want to do real estate all the time.
Right.
But a lot of the stuff I've been shooting lately is between fitness, bodybuilding, the gym stuff, and a lot of high fashion.
High fashion.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Wow. In Portland?
In Portland, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where's
so
this high fashion coming from?
the scene isn't as huge in Portland. Like, obviously, if you were in New York, it would be,
Yeah.
you'd be connected with a lot of the high fashion industry. But Portland does have a pretty high fashion scene, which is kind of funny. I recently did a shoot. It was a featured on Coin. I believe it was Coin News.
Wow.
Yeah, she hired me to do it was a high fashion horror shoot. So we did like 6 characters. We did like Beetlejuice, Hellraiser, Jennifer's Body. I don't know if you remember that.
Okay.
movie.
Yeah.
And then a couple of other ones. Insidious. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was a really sick shoot. It was really cool, and it was just fun to be a part of. But yeah, she hired me and was like, "Hey, I need you to kill this for me." So, my background, I've done a lot of Photoshop and kind of the adding extras to photos,
Okay.
and so that kind of helped, get those images created.
And
So,
Photoshop. I mean, I get now AI is helpful.
oh, way more helpful than it used to be.
Yeah, because I tried probably about 15-ish years ago. I tried to fuck with some Photoshop stuff, and I just quit immediately. I was like, this is such a bitch. You gotta cut everybody out and do all this. It was insanity.
The
man.
auto detect now on images is top notch.
That's nuts.
It doesn't always get it, so don't assume that that's the case. But
Right.
for the majority, it's pretty accurate. So yeah, it's come a long way. But I was also in that same boat. I had to learn, basically it's the clunkiest program I think for anyone to learn on because you don't know where anything's at,
Yeah.
and it doesn't help because it doesn't explain where things are. So you
Nice.
have to just learn. which sucks. But it also forces you to learn, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm always down to learn, but it's gotta pique my interest.
No, 100%.
Like it's like Photoshop. I was really just doing it for something. I can't even remember what it was for, and it wasn't important enough to not just pay somebody to do it.
And if it's not in your realm, like why would you?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
I'm down to learn things that I will continue with.
Yep.
Like that makes more sense to me.
Yeah. So I recently added video to my.
Oh shit! How about drone?
Drone, I have a drone as well.
Cool.
Yeah, so I do a little bit of drone video, a little bit of drone photo. That helps with the real estate stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
That's part of my requirements.
aerials, man. Yeah. Aerials are so nice, especially if you need like a full property view or
we just
flyover.
did one at the beach.
Yeah.
At Westport.
Yeah.
Zoomed out and then just like hit the beach with it, and it was fucking
adds
sweet.
So much sales value to your guys' stuff, which is nice.
And I love it too because people didn't understand with that house too. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, I want one right on the water." Not here, you don't.
Yeah.
Like they're losing 10 feet of property every year. You want to be the next row back.
Oh yeah.
Like
especially how many king tides we've had.
Oh
in the
yeah.
last, I don't know 2 years.
Yeah, somebody, one of his neighbors lost 30 feet of his backyard.
Yeah.
Or front, or how
you don't get it back.
No, it's gone.
No.
Yeah, all you can do is try and prep for it next time.
Build a wall.
And there's nothing you can do. Yeah. It is.
Build a wall, man. Yeah, so it's been nice. Yeah, last year was the big purchase for video, which, was hefty.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but a necessary evil, I think, that was kind of something I had to.
We were making you better, man.
Yeah,
it's always good.
So I'm enjoying that. That'll be nice because it'll be able to fill my off seasons. So we do have slow seasons for my industry, which is like usually winter, January, February, March-ish, kind of around that area. So, it tends to get a little slower, but if I can fill that with, shooting people's gym videos and, content for, trainers and, kind of fill that void. Yeah, easy. So it was a necessary evil, but
that works, man.
Yeah,
yeah. That's our slow season too. Is November through probably February.
Nobody wants anything.
Yeah, they're just like
holidays.
We're going family, and I mean we get super crazy right before summer because everybody's like trying to move. And that one's good. But it's funny. I've been one of the only realtors that keep busy throughout like winter.
That's good.
So I'm doing okay. Yeah. Like again, it's still probably one of the worst months, is this next couple. Because we're usually closing like 3 or 4 a month, and then this one's usually like 1. And you're like, fuck, at least the bills are paid, right? Like it sucks. It sucks you get a fucking nice check and you're just like, well, that's gone. Just like whipping it out.
Yeah.
Just send it everywhere, and it's like, fuck, man, but it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be good. Yeah.
So I spend the majority of the season just like putting that nice little nest egg away and just sitting on it for a while. So
I gotta get better at that.
I mean, I do too.
I like nice things,
miss, man. Oh, dude, that's what in the bodybuilding fitness world. Nothing's cheap. So
nothing's cheap, and it's funny because this is like the biggest like hobby sport, like the least paid sport there is.
Yeah. And
everything's fucking expensive.
Unless you're sponsored.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't get paid.
That'd be wonderful. I'd love it.
Yeah.
Paid nothing, like literally for years.
Literally. We'll give you some free product.
Yes.
Cool. That doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do at my shows. Like I tried cash last time, and it was just, it turned into, everybody thought it sounded cool until I'm like trying to figure out how.
Yeah.
Right, and then like there's 28 weight classes. Who gets cash? Who doesn't? Because I don't have $28,000 to just throw at you guys, like, so does everybody want like $50
$1
or
bill?
Right, dude, like, so it was intense. So I ended up just using it for like better prizes, and we had championship belts last time.
That's sick.
Well, what I did is I put the date on them, and now I'm sad because I have like 15 of them left.
Oh,
yeah, no. Dude, so I'm like, god damn it, but it's okay.
There's got to be a fix.
I mean, it would just like scratch it off or whatever, the 2024, but I don't know.
You'll figure it out.
Hold on.
Yeah, I wish there was more monetary incentive in the fitness industry, but there's really not.
And the thing is too is that it's so good for you. Mm-hmm. Like, just get in the industry. If there was monetary, if there was some of that stuff, maybe more people would be more willing to get off their ass and like get to it,
I mean, but then again, people are people. So.
Yeah, humans suck most of the time.
There's excuses for everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so photography for fucking ever now.
Forever, yeah.
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 So, any big plans? Any big things coming up?
Yeah, actually I do. So, a couple of my homies, one's a tattoo artist. He, when I say superhuman, it's just nutty. He's a runner.
Okay.
He does these, I don't know if you've ever heard of Cocodona. So Cocodona 250, it's a 250-mile run.
Holy shit.
Over like 4 or 5 days. It's gnarly. So he did this last year, and he actually completed the whole thing. But you're running for 5 days straight, and you're so depleted. His homie David didn't even remember he was in a race. He just thought he was out running. Like, it got to a point where you just forget all sorts of stuff, because you're like, lack of nutrition, lack of sleep, over this 4 to 5 day span. So they're doing another one next year in April. It's called the Monster 300. So it's actually 300 miles. It's gnarly. So we started last month. We started filming. We're going to do like a documentary on the actual run itself. So we've been doing monthly meetups, interviews, kind of like where they're at training wise. And then we're going to kind of deep dive, family interviews, friends.
Is this just him? Or like
him and his buddy David. So it's
okay.
two people. And then their coach, Laz, he's also local. He's in like Beaverton area. He'll be a part of it as well. He may not be going to the actual race, but we're going to kind of just do this all-encompassing, documentary thing. So in April, it'll be like a 7-day stint. 5 of the days is them running. I get course access, which is kind of sick. But it'll be drone video, cinema rig for video as well, and then mic'd up interviews over this 5-day. Yeah, so for me, the hard part for me is not even the process. It's whether or not I'm in a car for 5 days.
Yeah.
1, I'm giant, doesn't help.
Yeah.
2, bodybuilder diet. Like, what am I gonna? So I'm trying to wrap my head around that portion of it, which, I think the mental side is gonna be harder than the actual physical.
Well, I mean, and if the car is on, right?
Right.
The car's going to be on the whole
Right.
time. So, do you have a plug-in or anything? Like, put a mini fridge in that?
So
bitch?
that's what I thought. I'm like, maybe I'll pick something up while I'm there, but that adds a whole nother element. I have to, because we're flying. So I'm gonna So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try and convince him, and I hope he goes down this path, to get me one of the vans that have the beds in it.
Yeah.
Because those usually have multiple charging ports for everything, and they also have fridges. For me, that would be like ideal, because then I can sleep and eat without getting too many interruptions in terms of like where I'm at in the course. Obviously, I won't be able to follow them the entire race, because there's certain parts of the course that are like, 55, 60 miles up a mountain where, there's no road access.
So this isn't flat either.
No.
Holy shit.
No, I mean, it's in Arizona, so it's definitely going to be a little flatter, I think, than, if they were running here in the Pacific Northwest.
What time of year is that?
It's before their hot portion.
Okay.
Of the year, so
it's gonna say,
at
God
least,
damn.
because for me, like even their mild part of the season, I'm miserable.
It's hot.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
so I couldn't even imagine running in a, July.
Yeah, I know there's like one in Egypt.
Yeah.
Like a huge race in Egypt where it's like across the fucking Sahara or something, or the desert or whatever.
Yeah.
And fuck that.
Yeah, so it's gnarly, man. He's taken, the last video I saw of him, he was like, tampon up the nose because his kept getting nosebleeds towards the end, and like just gnarly.
Nips are probably raw.
Gnarly.
Or just,
his
man.
toenails all fell off. Like,
what?
Dude, like superhuman stuff. I'm just like, for me, I can't even wrap my head around it, because I don't want to run.
I don't want to run
ever.
at all. Yeah, exactly.
Unless I got to run from something.
Yeah,
that's about as far as I'll run. But
I'm trying to get big enough to never have to run from anything.
Even a stationary bike, I'm like, I don't even want to do that.
Yeah.
But of course, obviously,
Body
cardiovascular health is probably important. But so that'll be the big plan next year. And then I also do a lot of work for my homie. His name's RX Skulls. He's a street artist.
Oh, nice.
He's located in the Pacific Northwest, which is cool. But he's been a family friend for forever. So 2 years ago, we went to London, and I documented street art for 2 weeks, which was sick. And then we're talking about doing another trip in 25. I think they were looking at Berlin, and then coming back to London.
So how big are these like pieces of street art?
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just did one at O'Malley's. He hooked me up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he hooked me up at O'Malley's, which was fantastic because I got to hook Tim and Julie up with some free art, which was cool. But he just did 2 walls in their new space. They actually just opened up a kind of like a secondary portion of the one
Nice.
in Troutdale. So it just added more space, but the walls are completely bare.
Yeah.
So we added some street art in there, which was sick. But yeah, a lot of his stuff, and then my homie Vox, a lot of his stuff he sells overseas.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's interesting to kind of see that dynamic. Like a lot of their street art is sent overseas. Yeah.
So how my brain works is always like trying to just put shit together, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe we'll talk about this later, but like I wonder if at this event in August, right? It's gonna be a huge 2-day fucking event. If he would want to do like some sort of exhibition,
Like live street art.
yeah, dude, like for people to walk by and just like appreciate, maybe put bids in on it, like make it something that they could maybe take home or
Maybe,
some shit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. I
yeah,
mean,
we
like
talk.
I'm sure that'd be cool to work out. I'm sure he'd want to do something to where like let's make sure he gets paid, right? Like let's make sure that happens. But I'd love to figure something.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
definitely got more homies than just him too. So let's it's definitely one of their alleys.
Hit me up with all the fucking ideas, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm so
That'd be sick though. 'Cause
Yeah.
that doesn't happen a lot, which would be super cool.
yeah.
It's just cool to watch too.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, this one, so one of the spots we're looking at for a venue, which I don't have one locked down yet, which is the hardest part.
Right.
Nobody wants these 4 big-ass events happening in their property. Because, I mean, each one you can die.
Yeah. Insurance.
Yeah. So we have insurance for all 4 events, but they don't care. So we'll see. But yeah, so it's going to be insane. I mean, I'm trying to get a hold of like a suit of armor.
Oh, sick.
And like I'm a big guy though, right? So like it's not easy to find. And then I'm gonna do something which I guess it's only exclusive to like the podcast and like one other person, and that I've told this. But if we do the Boo Hurt, I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
If I can get a suit of armor, I'm gonna have an unsanctioned event at the end of their tournament and call it like the King of Kings. And I'm gonna bring in like a fucking crown and I'm gonna put it on my head. And just be like, now each of you from each of your teams gets to pick one guy, and you're all gonna fight me.
In the
You know what I mean? Yeah, and like they're all gonna be in suits of armor. So whoever is like last man standing gets the crown for that fucking event.
That's gnarly.
And they get to take it home, and then they're expected to bring it back next year.
And defend it.
And defend it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so, like, every year we're going to have this, like, King of Kings event at the end where, like, every team, because each team's, like, five members,
That's
right? I think it'll be super fun, and good luck taking it from me.
That's
you know?
sick,
Like,
though.
I'm not even going to have a weapon. I'm just going to go around just throwing people on the ground. Because that's how you lose, if you hit the ground.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's hilarious.
I think it'd be awesome. Like, suit armor's going to be, like, $2,000.
Yeah.
So...
Unless you can get somebody to cast one for you.
Well, that's what I'm looking at too. And the problem is like these are all handmade shit. So like just the breastplate alone is like $1,200. Then you got shoulder pads and forearms and like all this shit. I'm like, just give me a fucking helmet. I'll be
Fitting
good.
it, putting it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a helmet I can see too. So I just want to put on like a fucking
one with
Viking hat.
Just one like
Right, exactly.
just the center cap.
Just put a motorcycle helmet on and just run in that bitch naked.
Just God, fight me. I don't think anybody will fight you.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
That'd be sick, though.
I think it'd be fun to stand there and announce it with my hammer on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the best. I'd be like,
That'd
I'm
be
not
cool.
using
That'd be a
this.
sick picture, though.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be a sick picture.
So I think it'll be pretty cool. This event is going to be insane. I have like fucking a few celebrities. I'm not mentioning anything yet
Yeah.
because I have to get kind of like the Robert Overs and Neds. I have to have
Finalization.
confirmation,
Yeah.
and nobody's going to confirm without a venue.
Right.
So I have like fucking 6 or 7 vendors too already, and I'm trying to get like 30. So think of like Ren Fair, type of
Oh,
vendors.
sick.
And it's going to be sick, dude. It's really cool.
Dude, it sounds sick.
I'm excited, man. I really am.
You should be. It sounds like you enjoy it, so you gotta.
I love it.
You gotta.
Why wouldn't I?
If you don't enjoy it, it's not worth doing.
I mean, it is fucking awesome. And then it's just like one whole day of just pure stress. And then if I didn't love it so much, I probably wouldn't do it.
It's like having a wedding every 3 months.
6.
Yeah.
We're going to do 6. So.
That's good, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So August and February we'll do an event every year. So.
Oh, same months.
Yeah.
Good.
That's the plan. But I also coach like an academy soccer team as well.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we got to work that around tournaments and like all this other bullshit.
What age?
13.
Sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see if I do it next year. They're splitting everything. They were doing it by year born, right? Now they're switching it into grade level.
Oh.
So my team's getting split in half.
So you get 12 and 13-year-olds.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So 8th graders is what I'm looking for. But because that's my daughter's going into 8th grade.
That's sick.
Right? So, but if they give me the 9th graders, I'm not coaching. Because
It's a different ballgame, too.
well, both my kids are playing soccer,
Right.
So I already miss half my son's fucking games, coaching my daughter's team,
Right.
because I have to go to those games. So now I'm gonna have my own games, and then my son and daughter are gonna have games. They're not gonna match up. No fucking way.
You miss both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
So I got one more year with my son, and he'll be good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So did you play any sports stuff when you was a kid?
I played football, played basketball, mainly basketball. Gave that up 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, injuries are just worse and worse as you get older. But hyperextended my left knee pretty bad. Took me like 3 years to even get my squat depth back.
Damn.
So kind of had to weigh my goods and bads versus that. We do play like football every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And this year was actually the first year I didn't play.
Oh no.
Just because I'm like, it's just not worth it.
I'm sick of getting injured.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. Last year I tweaked my knee and it wasn't even like a bad one. It took a week and a half to kind of get back to normal, but it's just not even worth.
I'm feeling that. I mean, even with these girls, I'm playing soccer. I'll go play with them when we're like scrimmaging and shit.
Yeah.
I stopped. I'm like, I got plantar fasciitis. So like while I'm going, it's fine.
Yeah.
As soon as I stop, I can't fucking walk on it. Like my whole leg seizes up. My foot is just. I'm in so much pain.
Yeah.
Running. I'm not a runner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm a big fucking dude. So like for like a week of pain for every scrimmage I do.
Yeah, not worth it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I had to weigh my options. And this year I was like, just can't do it, man. All my friends are sad and disappointed. And I'm like, the guilt thing. As you're younger, the guilt thing seems to be the big priority.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're gonna guilt me into
Peer
playing,
pressure.
and then you do it, and then you get hurt, and it's like, well, it's my own fault. So just made the adult decision this year to forego that, and it'll affect the bodybuilding thing. So I'm
absolutely
definitely not on board with.
Well,
that
we get older, right? And I feel like these last 2 years have really been me just telling people to fuck off.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do that. Oh, no. You're not listening. I said I don't want to. I'm not gonna. If you don't like that sucks for you.
Yeah.
But like, you want to keep going, we can just not talk. You know what I mean? Like I've been cutting people off like I'm like a fucking samurai in the bamboo forest.
Dude, but that happens with this, bodybuilding fitness industry. It's like you get into that mindset and then people just start falling off.
Well, they want to drink, they want to smoke, they want to do I don't do any of that.
Dude, I can't go out with my friends because it's constantly like, why are you not eating? Why are you not drinking? And I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And 2, it's like I have to calculate everything that you guys are eating is like 2 days worth of calories for me. And it's not good.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even worth doing, So it's gotten to a point where it's like I don't have fun explaining to them why I'm not doing things.
For like the 100th time.
For the 100th time. Because they just can't wrap their heads around it, which is like horrible. So it's like, it's interesting to see how lonely it does get as you get more deep into, you know, whether it be bodybuilding, powerlifting, you know, all that stuff. It's cool because you meet like-minded people.
Right,
So you end up
you
finding,
do.
you know, an alternative, which is great, but yeah.
Well, I mean, we try and do boys' night every couple months, right? And so, like, and it's because of that. Like, everybody at the gym, people always thought I was crazy doing real estate, and I just would go to the gym all the time. I'd be in the kickbox. I kickboxed for years.
Yeah.
I fucking regular gym. I'm just always in the gym. They're like, "How do you make money?" And I'm like, "These people don't give a fuck about anything else. They go to work." They go eat, they sleep, and they go to the fucking gym, and that is all.
Yeah.
Their friends are at the gym. You know, like they don't give a fuck about anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, and that's I've finally been doing this long enough to where like I got like fucking 15 dudes together last time. We went axe throwing.
That's sick.
We all just showed up and we're just hurling these fucking axes at this thing, breaking their boards and shit. Like, it was so much fun. And I mean, I think 2 of them were drinking. But I mean, like, a beer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, we're not getting fucking I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah, and it's not one of those, it's funny. It's one of those things. It's like, you know, do I eat out? Yeah, when I get a free meal, or, you know, I'm in my off season where it's a little bit easier to justify. But it's like, you know, most of the time I'm at home or at the gym.
Yeah.
So, you know, living that life, which is great. But yeah, it's interesting. It's just
Yeah,
interesting
I
to see
enjoy
that,
it.
that dynamic. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like other people outside perspective think you're, you know, kind of a nut bar because it's
Yeah.
like, why do you go to the gym so much? But it's, you know.
All my friends are
Yeah,
there.
I
You
want
know?
to see somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll get caught in the gym for like an hour just talking to
Oh,
somebody.
dude, every day, 3 hours for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like just, you know, 6 days a week. You go in there, your workout probably only takes an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The rest of it is people like coming up and chatting your ear off, and you know, you get the you know, the regulars in the gym that see each other every day, and it's, you know, it's that camaraderie, you know,
Yeah.
between everyone, which is sick. But
I love it, man. And I love these non-commercial gyms, man, because I love going to a spot where like people are pulling 500 easy.
yeah,
You know, like
family owned, dude, all the way.
Oh yeah.
All the way.
I need that. I can't walk into a commercial gym. I hate being the strongest fucking person there. Now that's always my goal, right? Is to be the strongest dude in the gym. But like, it's nice to have some competition.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, I mean, I think right now, I think I'm at least top 3 at my gym
So
right
sick,
now.
man.
It's awesome.
It's a good feeling.
It feels good. And the thing is, but it's like a real gym, so
Yeah.
I'm actually proud of it. I go to these fucking 24-hour LA or whatever the fuck. I went to California like a year and a half ago or something. I'm in the middle of lifting season. I signed up for a 7-day membership, like for a 7-day trial at LA Fitness because I was there for a week. And my aunt's like, "Come on, you're on vacation, blah, blah, blah." I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no.
I will be at the gym, and I broke all their shit because like their bars aren't rated for over 500. Right? So I'm over there just like bending all their bars, like deadlifting, squatting. I went through 3 bars in a week at their fucking gym.
The one that gets me when you go to a commercial gym is you get all these, and I love it when they walk around with that fake lat syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, where their arms are, you know, at 90 degrees that make no sense, and you know, it's interesting because it's always the dudes that think they lift
Yeah.
that'll come up and ask you like, how much do you bench?
Yeah.
That's the one that always gets me every time. I'm just like, go away.
How many times, and I know it's a lot, do you get the, oh, well, in high school,
Yep.
I'm just like, shut the fuck up about high school.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, like what if you were benching 500 pounds in high school? Like, first of all, that'd have been a world record. That's great.
Yeah.
Where's your plaque, right? But at the same time, why can you only bench 135 right now?
Right.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, what happened? If you enjoyed it that much, what happened?
I don't get these peak in high school dudes.
Yeah.
Like I just like, or ladies either.
Yeah.
You know, just like, how did you even have a good time? High school was the fucking
How are you
worst,
having a
dude.
good time now?
Right? You're just reminiscing.
Yeah.
That's sad.
No, it's super sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's definitely commercial gym mentality.
Yep.
It's even worse.
That's
So,
it's full of those people.
Dude,
Even the
it's-
people who look kind of good are those people.
yeah.
It's-
But I guarantee you they don't eat properly.
right? Yeah.
They think they do.
Yeah.
They don't.
They might be making some good money enough to like fucking Ozempic it up and all
Dude,
that
that's
other
another
bullshit.
one, man.
What's your take on that shit?
I mean, short-term fix, it's probably great for these people that, want a short-term fix.
That need to lose weight quickly.
Long-term, it's not going to sustain. You're going to lose all this weight, and then you're like, okay, I can come off it now, and then you're going to go back to eating the exact same way you were eating before.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you don't do all the extras, like the cardiovascular side, and you know the getting blood work done, and you know making sure that your cholesterol is not crazy, like it's one of two things. It's either going to skyrocket as soon as you come off that because you're going to end up going back to where you were, and you're going to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
You know, and then people are going to be wondering like, oh, you look so healthy. Why would you have a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason. You know, or you'll end up just eating yourself back into the exact same way you were before. So stop with the quick fixes.
Yeah.
And you know, just become better.
I feel like that's got a 5%. I want to even give it maybe 5% success rate.
It is crazy. It's crazy.
I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, let's see you in 10 years when you're done.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be either the same or you're going to be dead from your body. So, and that's the other thing, too, that everybody looks like zombies, right? Because they're still eating like shit, just less of it.
Yeah.
But they don't understand if you're going on this shit, you need to eat well, right? You need to eat the right things. You need your macros and shit. You need all that stuff in place.
Well, the big thing is like, their metabolism sucks. So they're eating less, yes, but as soon as they stop taking Ozempic or whatever they're doing, their metabolism's still going to suck, and they're going to end up, even if they don't overeat, they're probably going to end up getting huge again because they're undereating.
Right.
You know, so there's no win. If they just had somebody that could teach them how to do it properly.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's going to take longer, but it's also going to be a lot healthier, a lot easier on your heart. You know, all these extra bonuses that nobody thinks about long term. They just think about the short term.
I saw my cousin and a few other people lose a lot of weight on that shit. So I was really pushing for it for a little bit. I was really hoping that just medically we came up with something that was like no longer fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which sounds great. Because like my cousin lost a ton of weight. She still eats like shit. Yeah. You know, and like still like she's happier because she lost the weight and because she can do more and because of this. So I guess it's getting her out more and letting her be a little happier, sure. But for how long? How long is it going to last?
I mean, if it lasts, cool.
That's great, yeah.
You're probably like 2% of the people that actually do. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I just, you know, it's like a lot of people that are going on Tren.
Yeah, oh my God.
You know, Tren is just so toxic.
Oh, man.
So bad for you, you know.
So
it's the quick and easy.
What I tell people with it is, so I'm not going to pretend like I didn't do it, right? Like,
sure.
I was doing it for a while, probably like a year straight. Not good. But the difference is, when you do a lot of tests, you get snappier. You're like, I'm going to fuck that guy. Like, just shut your fucking mouth. Like, you get a little, you know, like if someone's talking shit, you want to beat their ass. With Tren, you're like, I want to kill his whole family and make him watch. You know? You're just like, God damn.
I've heard you're not the first person that's told me that.
Dude, it like fucks with you. It makes me dark. Like real dark in my head. And then you like, those thoughts that you have normally about yourself, you're like, man, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. You know, you turn into like, you're a piece of garbage for not doing it. Like, and it gets you real fucking dark. It's not fun.
I've heard some crazy shit. So
it works.
I'm I'm sure it works great. But man, I don't know if I'm like that into.
Well, I mean, so the hard part was not only was I getting bigger and stronger, I was losing weight while I was doing it.
But you can see why it's like.
Right, it's scary, dude. Yeah, so it just it got to the point where I was like, yeah, like I stopped, and I want to say it was like 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. Immediately, like I started depression pills. I started like all this shit, and within 2 weeks, I was like, I don't even need this.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even long enough for my depression pills to start working. It takes a month for them to start working, the stuff I was going.
Clarity, man.
And it was, I didn't even need them anymore. Yeah. And I turned back into this guy, the happy, fucking stoked on shit guy.
Normal.
Right, normal.
You know, normal to you.
Normal to me. Normal to everyone around me. Because that's the thing, too, is people get all upset. They're like, oh, you do any of this shit, you're going to turn into a maniac. Well, if you were already an asshole, you're definitely going to be an asshole.
My absolute favorite thing to do, and this especially to my friends, is because they already think this anyway, but it's like, you know, oh man, you're looking so good. How'd you get so big? Drugs.
Yeah.
You know, because everyone thinks that anyway.
Yeah.
But they don't think about, I go to the gym for 3 hours every day.
Yeah.
I eat properly. You know, I've been doing it for consistent, like, 5 years. Like, it's just funny to me, like,
It's so
the
silly.
misconceptions that people have.
It's also frustrating that, like, anytime I get irritated, they're like,
Steroids, man.
it's all that steroids you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know about all that, dude. Like, I feel like I'm allowed to be upset sometimes.
That was
you
a
know?
little irritating.
Yeah, I get a little more upset, sure. A little quicker,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. It's silly.
I also feel the same way, though. If you're prone to it before you start doing it, then
That's what I tell
you're
everybody.
probably just going to be...
I just tell everybody, if you're under fucking 26, you're an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
You're an idiot. I say, if anything, 28, you know, like, is kind of where I would start anybody. Because that is just, like, your body's not even done. Like, you're going to tell me you've peaked your body by 26, 28? No way.
Your metabolism still works.
Yeah. Not just that, like...
And you still have a high test level, which...
High test levels, too. You know, I have been advocating like a motherfucker for some TRT, though.
Dude, I tell all my friends about it. I'm like, dude, start. I'm like, have you ever had your test levels taken? Like, you don't have to do it. Just go get,
worst
see where you're
case
at.
scenario, you're fine. But you say you feel like shit, you're no energy, it's hard to get hard, right? Like all this other shit. Just go test.
And the things that throw me off are the doctor side, where it's like, you know, oh, 200 is normal, 300 is normal.
Yeah, no.
Is it though?
Is
it normal? Well, yeah, for your age. I don't want that to be my normal.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's like, my good buddy was telling me about, you know, feeling all sorts of type of ways. And I'm like, go get your test levels taken.
Yeah.
As soon as you get on test, dude, you'll be fucking brand new again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a brand new guy.
Dude, brand
Man,
new.
again. Yeah.
You feel great.
I had a friend of mine, and he's actually, I won't mention his name because he's kind of big around here. But he's getting older. He's like 45-ish. He's like, man, he's like, my body just won't recover. I'm so tired. And he's like, I'm the horniest fucking dude ever, but I can't do it. He's like, I'm having such a hard time. He's like, usually 2-3 rounds. He's like, but now I'm lucky to get one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, go get your levels tested.
Yeah.
Please, just go get it. If worst comes to worst, it's fine. We go in there and he's at like fucking 100 or some shit. And I'm like, triple it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, come on, dude.
Mine was at like 320 before I even started taking tests.
Yeah.
And now I'm at like 1,500.
Yeah.
So it's, you know. But you can't force people to do anything they don't want to do.
Right.
You know.
Well, I mean, now he's winning at the type of competition he does. It's jiu-jitsu. He's fucking stronger. He also, his body's getting big again.
Man, the recovery is huge.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not an advocate for... That was a hard thing, too. We had to watch, after COVID, our industry... We're watching people die.
Yeah.
And people are like, I don't get it, whatever. And I'm like, can you imagine doing something every day? Like, every fucking day, and then being told you're not allowed to. And now that you're finally able to again, what are you going to do? You're going to go fucking ham.
Yeah.
You're going to shoot yourself full of fucking everything, and you're going to go fucking ham.
Try and play catch up.
And then people are dying.
Yep.
Heart attacks, like fucking, like embolisms and shit. Like, I don't know if that's the right word, but... all the things, you know, they're getting fucked up, and I'm just like, these people are dying because of this. Yeah. They want to catch back up. They want to be there again, man. Like,
playing catch up, man.
Fuck, it sucked watching all that shit happen. So I mean, I had a big talk with a friend of mine, a couple girls. They're nurses, right? And they're talking about opening a clinic for hormone therapy. And I'm like, please, because how many times do I go there and everybody's just like, you need to stop doing that. No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Show me how to do this right. So I don't fucking die. Can you do that? Can you at least tell me where I should be with this and that and this? Well, we don't study that because it's illegal. Fuck you then. You know?
And that's part of the problem with the younger kids too. They're doing it unsupervised.
Well, and that fucking Sam Sulik. Okay, you look great. Good for you.
He's a fucking monster.
But you're like 20, 21, dude. You look 40, and you are way too big. Like, you better get this done now.
On his diet too, like some of the shit he does, I was just like,
I don't expect him past 30. I'm not seeing him live past 30.
I mean, I will. It's funny because I will say it's like, you know, even though that's scary, but it's like his nutrition got better once he met some of the bigger names in the bodybuilding industry. Yeah, okay. You can tell he obviously doesn't post a lot about it anymore, which is kind of suspect, I think. Yeah. But I feel like they were like, you can't be drinking 2 gallons of milk right after a workout, you know. Maybe there's a better alternative to get your calories, you know. So it's hopefully heading in a positive direction, but yeah.
Well, I had a hard time. I talked to a buddy of mine who was like right on the cusp of going pro. I interviewed him, and steroids came up, right? Because it's strongman and all that other shit. And he just is like doing that cut it shit the whole time, right? And I'm just like, oh, okay, we won't talk about it. Afterwards, I'm like, before I could even say anything, he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, first of all, have you not heard this podcast? There's not a single thing I hide on this shit. I don't know why you're so... He's like, I want to be sponsored. He's like, Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, Zavickas. Do you think they do it? Yeah. Well, no shit. He's like, but they don't talk about it. Right. Because Nike's not gonna sponsor somebody. Big names, yeah. You know? So he's like, so I am planning ahead. And I'm just like, fuck it. You know? Like, because honestly, if some of the shit I say saves one fucking life, I'm cool with it. Sure. You know? Like, because some of these people doing dumb shit, killing themselves over what? Like, that's the thing. I started doing this shit. My buddy's like, here's test. Well, like, how much do I do? He's like, I don't know, like 2-3 milligrams. I don't know. And I'm like, what? So, like, now, I mean, when I talk to people, I'm like, start low as fuck. Yeah. Start as low as you need. Into it. Right, dude. Don't just go fucking ham, because then you'll need to go ham, right? Like, let's just chill the fuck out. Keep building your actual body first, and then you can work into doing some shit.
And see how your body responds.
Right.
You might respond off a low.
Oh, dude, I have a friend who's, like, allergic to certain types of oils. Like, so he's got to get through a specific person because his whole body just explodes like pizza, bro. It's fucking disgusting. Crazy. Like, the whole thing. But if he takes the one, I think it's grapeseed oil or whatever, however that one's made, he's fine. Not a single breakout. He just does great. Like, crazy. It is insane, dude. Yeah. You got to know how your body reacts to certain things.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Know somebody that knows their shit.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is there should be a pile of people who know their shit. Can we put them all in one spot? Can we have those people tell you what to do?
Dictionary or something.
Right. I mean, and I get that it's not... I don't understand why it's illegal. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because people die from it? Well, people die from McDonald's. So, like, you know, like, just let me do what I want to do.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a whole other fucking can of worms.
It is, yeah. But it's just, I do feel like those ladies wanting to start that clinic.
That's sick.
That's a good move.
Super sick.
You know, you really do need to advocate for just these older men, 40s and above. Like, just get your test levels right. You imagine how much happier your life will be.
And if you go to a specialist that specializes in that specific thing, you're not going to get it wrong.
Right. Yeah. Right. And you'll actually feel a lot better doing it, too. You know, I mean...
Easier to explain to everybody, this is what I'm doing.
I had these fucking guys like, oh, I put it in my shoulder, I put it in my quad, I put this and blah. Like, now that I'm old enough and I've talked to enough people, ask every time, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Piece of meat.
Yeah, dude. At least if you squat, it will be. Yeah, true. I started with a flat ass. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Some people can just build that dump, man.
Oh, yeah.
Some people can.
I could probably get it real big. I don't need it giant, but yeah, squatting in the 7s too. So Jeez. It's zombie squat. Have you ever done a zombie squat? Yeah. So I have no shoulder mobility, right? We talked about that. So it's a front squat, but with no hands. So dude, and I'll do like this or whatever the fuck.
I've seen it.
So the best part about these squats is if you do not do them 100% correct, you drop it.
Right.
So, like, it's got to be right. The other thing, too, is you have to keep pace, which is another reason I really like it, because I'm usually slow as fuck. Yeah. Like, I'll take forever to do everything. But this one, you go down, it rolls into your throat. You come up, it starts rolling off your shoulders. You got to wait for it to... You got to pull it back in to roll into your throat, and you go again. Boom. Jeez. Come back up. right? So like the whole time you're like fighting this slightly rolling bar because I had like 500 fucking pounds on
Right.
it, and so like it's gonna move.
Right.
There's no holding it to where it needs to be, and it was intense,
That's
dude.
gnarly.
Yeah. So I advocate for fucking those. And you've done a sissy squat.
Yeah.
You don't like those, huh?
Well, we usually do them. So we'll do like a really hard quad day. You know, we'll do like a superset from hack squat to leg extensions.
Yeah.
And then straight into just
Sissies
as many
and
sissy
Bulgarians.
squats as you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
They suck.
They really
but
do.
They're great for you.
Yeah. It was the first time I did sissy squats. I had knee pain in my right knee for fucking ever. I did sissy squats, it just went away.
Good.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's because it's the only thing that's building like those tendons and shit behind your knee.
Something that's moving is not.
Yeah, dude.
strong.
It's fucking great.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I like add those are one of my big ones, GHRs. Yeah, look that shit up and figure out how to do them right. It is a bitch. So that fucking machine everybody's always doing sit-ups on.
Oh.
Right, where you're like hanging by your feet but
Yeah.
sideways and they're going way down and
Yeah.
way up, right? So think about that but the other way around.
Oh.
Right? So your knees are on that fucking your knees are your pivot
Yeah.
and they're on that cushion and you go down. You're supposed to stop you at flat.
Oh.
Then that pull back up is what you're doing.
Yeah, I have seen that.
So what I start most people on is like swing the fuck out of it, right? Until your body can do it. I guarantee you do 3 sets of 10 of those GHRs,
Yeah.
your squat and your deadlift will go up by 100 pounds. I can guarantee it because it is hitting so much of shit you can't touch with anything else.
Interesting.
And it'll build that booty up. It really will, dude. It's nuts and it hurts.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's so much pain. But
It's a lot of pressure on that knee joint too, because you're
no.
not bad.
At all.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the reason is because, okay, so the cushion's around like this, right? So you're putting your knee against it this way. So all the pressure is like on the top of your knee
Interesting.
instead of your actual like cap, right? So where you're doing it, you're actually using your thighs almost.
More of the quad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the better you get at it, the more you can put your knees on the top of that cushion, and you use a little bit more of that pivot, but it's still...
GHR. I'm gonna have to look those up.
Yeah, they are fucking hard. Either swing them or PVC pipe and
Yeah.
just go down and up, and it is, oh my God. Yeah, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, you want to get strong, those will help.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, anyways. Any other things you want to bring up?
No, I think we covered it, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited to come shoot this meet you got coming up.
I'm excited
Is it
too.
March, right?
February
February.
8th.
And February, that's what it
Yeah,
was. Yeah, I'm excited to come
I'm excited too.
see some people do some crazy shit.
It's going to be awesome. Get some celebrities and all that other shit. I'm also thinking about, I don't know if we should do like a photo booth.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about your
Yeah.
thoughts about that, like, because, I mean, obviously there's some celebrities there.
Yeah, and it depends on. Yeah, let's talk. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure that shit out.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting, man.
Yeah,
I
I'm
appreciate
excited.
you coming in.
Nah, appreciate it.
All right, so this is the Psychotic Strength Podcast. This is Tyler Toby Townsend.
Cody Keto.
Thank you for coming, bud.